Tactical Command, this is short one. We are on final approach. Say again, on final.
State Police exhibit, specifically the Special Operations Response Team Repelling Demonstration. If you draw your attention to the middle roof, I'd like to introduce today's host, Sergeant Eric Ozzy Osborne.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of the great New York State Fair. We are SORT. SORT is the tactical element for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those operations you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. High-risk felony warrants, drug raids, barricaded subjects, hostage situation, dignitary protection. However, we also perform some tasks you would not necessarily associate with a SWAT team, such as search and rescue, to include high-angle rappelling and rope rescue. What we hope today will be is a display of rappelling proficiency. So without any further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them.
On thermometers, 2,000 surrounding us, we'll travel 2,000 kilometers, take it down with us. What's up, danger? What's up, danger?
On the left side of the tower, you have the team's medic and my primary care physician, Trooper Brandon Dr. Glenn Madigan. On the right side, he might be the junior operator on the exhibit today. However, his collegiate baseball experiences have afforded him a lot of skills, to include spinning things, throwing things, and scratching himself, all which come in handy on our detail. Ladies and gentlemen, your first baseman, Robert T-Bone Burke. Down here on the ropes, you've got the North Central's team leader, Sergeant Cliff. No, I don't play basketball. Wood. Up in that top window, spinning our beats, we've got our DJ, fresh from his European tour where he played clubs from Milan to Minsk. He is available for birthdays, parties, bat mitzvahs, and yes, bachelorette parties. Trooper Brian DeRossi. On the left side of the tower, he has mastered every skill in the tactical world. As a true Renaissance man, he has branched out into all sorts of different tasks and talents. Last year, all his off-duty time at the State Fair was spent sewing 4 bridesmaid dresses for his sister's wedding. That's legit. Ladies and gentlemen, Trooper Ryan Stitch Ordway. And on the right side, our technology and communications specialist, sporting his tactical Chuck Taylors, our favorite sneakerhead, ladies and gentlemen, Trooper Cole. Don't call me radio, she bags. Always smokes by Keystone. All right, folks, while they're climbing back up, I'll go over a little bit of the history about our team. In 1980, New York State hosted the Winter Olympics in Lake Placid. Well, that was obviously a huge honor. It was also a huge responsibility. The 1972 Munich terrorist attack and subsequent massacre weighed heavily on everyone's mind. The state police wanted a team that would be capable of anti-terrorist or counter-terrorist activities. So they took a bunch of firearms instructors, most of whom had military experience, sent them to the FBI and got them trained in counter-terror tactics. They called them the Mobile Response Team. Since then, we've undergone several evolutions, and in 2008, we changed our name to the Special Operations Response Team and became a full-time detail. Our guys don't work the road anymore. This is their full-time gig. We have 5 separate teams spread out through different regions of the state. Each team is responsible for maintaining their own equipment, such as the big things like that Lenco Bearcat, the armored vehicle over there on the grass, all the way down to our individual equipment like these harnesses. On the front of the harness, you're going to see this shiny thing called a figure 8. That's how we control our descent. We feed the rope through that. When we open up our hand and allow that rope to freely flow through the device, that's when we let gravity do its job, and we refer to that as letting her eat. When we tighten it and bring it down to the hip, that puts friction on the device, slowing and eventually stopping us. Telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So if you look up top, we've got Brandon and Rob who are going to come on down and demonstrate. All right, you saw Brandon and Rob come down. Silky smooth, they kept that brake hand. However, as the fair goes on, we get a little more gussy, trying to enjoy ourselves a little bit more. We'll really open that hand, really let that rope eat, and sometimes you're going to see loops and twists develop in that rope. Your hand hits one of those twists, that rope can jump out of your hand. Lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? Lose our brakes up here, that could be a bad day on the ropes. But that brings me to Sergeant Wood here. Cliff's not trying to be rude, he's not trying to show you his back to be mean, or to showcase his ample lats and traps. All that time in the gym's paying off, baby. He serves a very important, if not all that glamorous job. He is our belayman or rope safety. If one of these guys is coming down and loses their brake hand, he's going to pull on that rope, putting friction on the device, slowing, and hopefully stopping our guy before he smashes to the ground. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So to demonstrate, one of these guys is going to help me out. They're going to take a couple steps back, they're going to get a running start, and they're going to jump off the roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment, Sergeant Wood, if he is physically capable and so inclined, will use his cat-like reflexes and raw power to engage the belay, stopping that trooper mere moments from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your hose seats. You're only gonna need the edge. This is gonna be awesome. Whew. So, who's jumping? For real? Guys, we had like all day to figure this out.
Brandon! Brandon!
Uh-oh, he's trying to whip the crowd into a frenzy, cheering for Brandon. They want your dad to jump, huh? Uh-oh, Brandon's been distracted again. He is easily distracted. Hey, it looks like Brandon volunteered. Let's hear it for Brandon for volunteering, folks, huh? What do you say? All right, so like I said, Brandon's going to take a couple steps back. He's going to get a running start, and he's going to throw himself off that roof. The belayman's going to pull on that rope, stopping him at the last second. It's going to be awesome. All right? You ready, Brando? 1, 2, what? He's tying the rope. All right.
Not like your dad.
She does look wicked strong. All right. Hi, Caroline. How are you? Yeah, I'd be freaked out too. Did he tell you what to do? He didn't give you any direction at all. All right. She looks pretty strong though. Let's skip a generation.
It definitely did.
'Cause I know her dad. All right. So what you got to do, just Caroline, at one point, just pull on that rope. All right. After Dad bounces once or twice, just at some point pull on the rope. He'll be fine. Right? Brandon. It's fine. She's ready to accept her inheritance now, I think. So just get a running start, and we'll figure it out. Oh, no. All right, this is Bill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, real quick. I'm sorry, folks. That hair's brewed once, so because I apologize. Her dad doesn't trust her because he's her child. It's brewed. And listen, she looks wicked strong. Like I said, it skips a generation. But anyway, if he piles in there, and Caroline's holding on that rope, I know we got more, but our state fair is over. It's only day 2. No more pizza free, no more dinosaur. It's back to crack houses and meth labs. You should get on the rope, baby. You get on the rope? Thanks, buddy. All right, folks. It looks like Cliff's conscience has got the better of him. He's got one job as a safety, and he's going to do it. So what do you say, Brando? You ready now? Come on. Let's get some encouragement, folks. A little bit of tunes. Folks, help me count them up. Ready? We'll count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! And right into the I-beam. All right. Folks, those of you that are veterans of this show know we try to get them a little bit closer every show. Come back Labor Day, it'll be a real nail biter. All right, you've seen that you can get in precarious situations up there, but as long as you don't panic, even if you get twisted up, out of sorts, as long as you maintain that brake hand, you're not going to fall down to the earth. So to demonstrate that, up top, we've got Ryan and Cole, who are going to come on down. All right, you saw them come down silky smooth in that standard seated head propel we've all seen. But now they're going to transition that brake hand from their right to their left. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now, even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first. This finely maintained piece of grass. This is called the Commando Crawl. It allows them to see where they're going before they get there. And they don't present their feet or other body part through a window or their opening before they actually can see it. Once they've gone down far enough and they feel they've seen all that they need to see, they can go ahead and revert, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Complete with a superhero landing. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. As a side note, we did recruit these guys as a team directly from a synchronized swimming academy. See how those hours in the pool have really paid off. All right, folks, safety is obviously a huge concern of ours. Anytime you're dealing with heights, it's inherently dangerous. Sometimes people underestimate the height of a cliff or something, they'll run out of rope. Sometimes people will get injured or they'll end up in a precarious situation where they can't go up or down. We need to be able to get to them. Ladders usually don't reach that high. Helicopters can be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors. So we have to have the means to go ahead and get people and bring them down to safety. So to start this demonstration, we're going to have Brandon come on down. All right, say Brandon's working his way down the sheer cliff. The Adirondacks, or perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets to a spot he wants to be for a while. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his 8, not once, not twice, but thrice. This is referred to as a tie-off. Once Brandon's tied off, he can go hands-free. He can invert, he can literally and figuratively hang out. Let's say he's up there doing a oil painting or taking pictures of wildlife, whatever floats his boat, and a rock kicks loose and hits him in the head. Oops. Oh, direct hit. Oh, got him twice. So now Brandon's been knocked unconscious in that outstanding simulation. We can't leave him there. We've got to get him down. We got a lot of time and money invested in Brando. So if you look all the way up top, we're going to have Rob come down, latch hands on him, and bring him to safety. Come on down, Rob. Okay. What? Yeah. You don't like this song? I thought you chose it. The Dogs did play this, Brian. He doesn't want to repeat. The Dog Show did this one already. Our tactical diva wants something different. What do you want, Rob? He wants something more manly. Got something, Brian? All right. He's getting you something.
It's raining
Truly an underrated band. As Rob works his way down, you're going to see he's got a different piece of equipment on the front of his harness. He does not have an 8 anymore. He has what's called a brake bar rack. That brake bar rack allows Rob to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Brandon. So Rob's going to get to a position slightly above Brandon, but before he goes to work, he's got to perform a tie-off, lest he fall to the ground and become another casualty in need of rescue. Once he's hooked in and he's tied off, he's going to reach for that blue strap on his left side. That's called a Pickoff Strut, and it's used specifically for rope rescue work. Once he's got that out, he can go ahead and use a partial inversion and his impressive wingspan to hook into Brandon's harness. Now he's hooked and locked into Brandon. He's going to reassume his position and use those massive biceps that he somehow shoehorns into a medium t-shirt to pull Brandon up to him. You can see how Brandon instinctively reaches for Rob's hips and legs. We are a very close-knit team. At this point, I ask no photos be taken. Thank you. You can see Brandon's rope has become slack. That's because his weight is off of it. At this point, Rob is trying to take off all that equipment, secure it, because it can be a fall hazard. And he also wants to totally free Brandon from his line. Totally free Brandon from his line. All right, he got it. In this operation, the sequence of events is absolutely crucial. If he does them out of order, it could cause him to fall. If that were the situation, I'm pretty sure Rob would be okay, but Brandon's fare would be ruined. The human airbag. Let's see if he did all the steps correctly, and hopefully he'll lower him and Brandon safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pickoff. All right, folks, we showed you basic rappelling. We showed you some of the safety measures we have in place. We showed you a very small percentage of the rescue operations that we're capable of. However, there's also a tactical application to the rope work we're displaying here today. Say, for example, there's a bad guy. He's creeping around these fairgrounds, snatches up a kid, goes up in this building, and barricades the door shut. That's a horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. So now he's up there, he's barricaded that door, and he feels real confident we're not going to be able to breach it. Unfortunately for that bad guy, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. But before we do, we have to count on all our partners. That's the uniformed guys, the BCI, the negotiators, and even our friendly rivals, the dog guys. We kid back and forth, but we count on each other in operational settings. You'll note this drone's been flying above us the entire time. That's being operated by K9 Ada's handler, Trooper Mark Bender. He is often attached to us as a drone operator, and it can provide real-time intelligence to us in tactical situations. In this one, he can look in those windows and let us know where the hostage is. However, with any technology, we trust but verify. Nothing can be a substitution for human eyes. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Ryan, who's ready to come down and run the recon. Ryan comes down silky smooth. He's careful to land gently on that roof so as not to alert the bad guy. Now he transitions into that commando crawl, getting eyes in the windows and looking for the hostage and hostage taker. Whoa, whoa, wrong window. I meant my first window, not your first window. I'm down here, I'm sorry. Oh, she's had a change of heart. She's getting real gravity. Get out of there, Ryan, get out of there. Call her. No, swipe left, dude. Get out of there. He's got eyes in that bottom window, and he is confirming the hostage and hostage taker are in there. He's reaching up on the back of that harness. He's securing a noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashbang. It's going to emit a bright light and loud noise that distracts and disorients the bad guy long enough for us to seize the initiative. Looks like Ryan's ready to deploy the bang, and it looks like we're ready for Cole to come down and effect the rescue. Cole's in the window. There appears to be a tussle of some sort. An old-timey boxing match. Give him a left and a right and a left. You're an up-and-coming fighter. Oh, the pile driver, ladies and gentlemen. Another one. I think Cole's got the upper hand on him. No, boy, folks. I'm very sorry that you had to witness. No, please don't clap. That is a clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. I apologize. Cole, the State Police Manual does not allow you to throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. Now, the manual clearly states it must be the 3rd floor or higher. The 2nd floor is not getting it done. You know what I'm saying? All right, but let's get to the meats and potatoes. How's Timmy doing? Is he okay? Timmy, the hostage. Hey, Timmy's all right. He's down a sock, but other than that, he's okay. Another save for Cole. Nice job. All right. Oh, and Tommy, his brother. Look at that. He saved them both. A double save for Cole Sheeback. Yeah, that's enough. That's Theodore. Theodore, 3rd one. Yay, 3rd one. Never gets old. Hat trick save for Cole Sheeback. Let's hear it for Cole. He did it again. Folks, hopefully you can tell we enjoy ourselves out here. This show represents a real nice break for us to come out for a week or two, depending on what our assignment is. But at the end of the day, it is a serious job that we are involved in. If you look up on that roof line, we've got 4 sets of numbers. Those are the shield numbers of Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause today. Folks, you've been an awesome crowd. We really appreciate it. Feel free to come forward after the show. We'll have stickers for the kids. We can answer questions, pose for photos, tasteful, of course. Make sure to hit the PDA or the Trooper Foundation for your State Police swag, and hit the State Police Museum. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Thanks a lot, Ken, for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.
Madman.